Welcome back to Edupedia World Videos. We are now at lesson 28, which will talk about a dialogue that happens in a hospital. Okay, as you can see in the picture there, I put an hospital there. Like, there are times that you need to visit a hospital to visit a friend. Hopefully you don't have to, but in case there is a case that you need to go into the hospital, then you know how to speak it in Mandarin. Okay, so in this lesson, I'm going to talk about how to say visit a friend in a hospital. Okay, when you are in a hospital, you want to wish someone well and then ask how that person feels. So in this lesson, we're going to cover all that. Okay, so in the picture there, you may have already understand a few words, but I don't really expect you to understand everything, but to the end of the lesson, I wish that you can understand a few of them. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, this dialogue involves George and Helen. And Helen is the one who's in the hospital and George is visiting her. Okay, so this is a dialogue between George and Helen at the hospital. In Mandarin, the title is 乔治和海伦在医院的对话. Okay, so this sentence, you should be very familiar with it already. Okay, so George arrives at the hospital and he saw Helen. And so he begins the dialogue and says, Helen, are you feeling better now? 乔治说，海伦，你的病好点儿了吗？ Okay, Helen answers, much better. Thanks for your concern. Sorry for making you to come here. 海伦说，好多了，谢谢你的关心，大老远的还让你跑一趟。Okay, George follows up. He says, Sure thing. I bought some fruits for you. 乔治说，应该的，我给你买了点水果。And Helen says, Thank you for your gifts. 海伦说，谢谢，让您破费了。Okay, as usual, we are pausing this dialogue for now. And now we're just going to get into individual sentence and see the individual vocabulary, okay, the new words in each sentence. Alright, so as usual, we'll look at the title, which is a dialogue between George and Helen at the hospital. In Mandarin, it is 乔治和海伦在医院的对话. Okay, so the new words here are the names, because the rest you have already learned the sentence structure. Okay, so in this sentence, just the new names that you need to learn. Okay, so the first one is Qiao. Qiao is a family name. Okay, and it also has the meaning of tall and others too. But for now, you don't actually have to know what it means, because the word Qiao is to use as in the sound of George. Okay, so don't worry about the meaning, just remember this word sounds like Qiao. Okay, so this is a pinyin and the radical is this one. The arrangement is vertical. As you can see, there's top and bottom components here. So let's look at how to write 乔. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 strokes for this word, 乔. The next word is 治. 治 is to cure or manage, and also like the previous word, we have other meanings as well, but for now, we are just using this word as in the sound of George. Okay, it's the ch sound at the back that we are referring to, and you know the sound is 治. Okay, so of course, like 乔治, it is just the sound of George. It doesn't really have a meaning. unless you really want to impose it, which doesn't make sense at all. So for now, just learn George is 乔治. Okay? And other times you will see these words as well, because as you know, this word, it has the meaning of cure. So in hospital or in the clinic, in medical sense, we have this word as cure. And the other times when we are talking about the management, how to rule the country and politics, we use this word as well because it has the meaning of manage. Okay, you're managing people and managing politics. Okay, so this is the pinyin of pinyin 字, and the radical is this one. What's on the left there? The arrangement is horizontal because you have left and right components here. Let's look at how to write 字. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8. Okay, 8 strokes for this word, 字. Okay, and 海伦, you have already learned the individual words, so just let me remind you again. 海 means sea. Okay, 伦, as you have learned this as in London, 伦敦. Okay, and of course it has its own meaning, but for now it's just we are borrowing the sound of 伦 as to use in Helen. Okay, so 海伦 is Helen. And 医院, you have learned it before, as we are talking about the directions on how to give directions. So we have already learned these two words. 医院 is hospital. Okay, so 乔治和海伦在医院的对话 should be really straightforward. It's like George and Helen at hospitals dialogue. Okay, 在医院 because it's a description, so it's placed in front. Alright? So this sentence shouldn't be any problem, so we can get into the individual dialogue. Alright? So remember, George was the one who's visiting Helen at the hospital. So he goes in the ward and then he saw Helen, and so he initiated the dialogue and says, Helen, are you feeling better now? Okay, so I think this is a very common way of greeting someone when she's in hospital, because you are concerning about the person's feeling. Okay, so in Mandarin we say Helen, 海伦，你的病好点儿了吗? Okay, so there are new words here, so let's look at them first. So the first one is 病. 病 means sick, the state of being sick, like I'm sick, or illness. Okay, so it can be used as in adjective or as noun. Okay, this is the pinyin 病, and the radical is this word. What's wrapping at the top left corner there? The arrangement is naturally enclosure, because the radical is wrapping what's here, okay, on the bottom right corner there. Okay, now let's look at how to write 病. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10. Okay, 10 strokes for this word, 病. Okay, so this is the only new word in this sentence. So let's decipher the whole thing. So 海伦, as I said just now, means Helen. 你的病 means like your illness. Okay, 好点儿了吗 means better. Okay, so 好 is good, and 点 is a bit, like together with r. 点儿 is like a bit. So to say your illness good a bit is to ask Are you feeling better now? Okay, are you recovering from your illness? Okay, because this is how we say it. Okay, we are asking, is your sickness getting better? Okay, so we just ask 你的病好点了吗? Okay, so it may be a bit not intuitive to you who doesn't have this expression, but yeah, we are concerned about the other person's illness, so naturally we just ask like, is your illness getting better now? Okay, it's getting better already. Okay, so this is how we ask. So let's see how Helen answers. So she says, much better. Thanks for your concern. Okay, so in Mandarin she said, 好多了，谢谢你的关心. Okay, so there are no new words here, but just new usage of the words, because the last two words may be quite interesting to you, because 关心 you have learned the individual word as close and harsh, but to say 关心 is to concern about something. Okay, you concern about someone's health or safety. So that's how we use the word 关心, is to concern about someone. Okay, so it is a rather positive word that you mean kindness to someone, that you use this word 关心. Okay, so other than that, it should be very intuitive. 好多了 means much better. Okay, so 好 is good, 多 is many, so 好多了 is like much better, because 多 not just mean many but also means much. So to say good many is like much better, so it's just like switch thing around to say 好多了 much better. So 谢谢你的关心, 谢谢 as you have learned a lot of times before, it means thank you, and 你的关心 means your concern. So 谢谢你关心 it just means thanks for your concern. And she also continues, sorry for making you come here. In Mandarin it is 大老远的还让你跑一趟. Okay, I'll explain the whole sentence later, but for now, let's look at the new word here. The new word is 趟. 趟 means the trip or time or round, and I will explain later why I'm using this word in this sentence. For now, let's look at the whole word first. So this is the pinyin 趟, and the radical is this one. What's on the left and bottom here. So the arrangement is again enclosure, okay, because this radical is wrapping what's on the top right corner here. Okay, let's look at how to write 趟. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. Okay, 15 strokes for this word 趟. Okay, so that's the only new word in this sentence. So let's look at the whole sentence. 大老远的. It may be quite weird. You have learned the individual word but just don't understand what this whole thing means, right? So let me explain to you. So 老远 means like so far away. Okay, this is like dead far away. So 老, as you have learned before, it means old. Okay, we use it in the word teacher, 老师. So 老 is something that we respect. Okay, we respect old age. So 老 means old, and it's used in teacher, 老师. Okay, we respect teachers. So 老远 is like that's so far. Okay, so 大老远 is like this is so really far away. Okay, the hospital and where he lives or where he works is like so far away. Okay, 大老远的 we're just saying that's so far away for you to come here. Okay, so 大老远 means far. Okay, it is sometimes used as in like somebody making a very extreme effort to go somewhere to buy something, let's say. So you fancy a mobile phone, but it is only available to some store, so you've gone very far away to get to that store. So you can say 大老远的 you went there and buy the phone. Okay, and of course some other situation like you go to a girl's house and it's so far away, you're making the effort to see her, that's like 大老远的 you go there and see the girl. Alright, so 大老远的 it's not only to say that this is so far away, but it's also acknowledging the fact that someone has making such a huge effort to come a long way to somewhere. Okay, so 还让你跑一趟. So 还 is still, and 让 is let, and 你 is, of course, learned many times, you. 跑 is run, 一趟 is like one trip. Okay, so it's like I still let you to come to run such a trip. Okay, so it's like saying the distance is so far away, but I still let you to run all the way here. Okay, 跑一趟 is to say like to run such a trip. Okay, 跑 it means run. So to say 跑一趟 is like acknowledging someone's making such intense effort to run a long way to come here. Okay, 跑一趟 is to say that it's an effort consuming thing. Alright, so 趟 here it is to mean trip here. Like 一趟 is the one trip that you are having. Alright, in some other contexts it has different meanings as I explained before, but for this one it is to say this is a trip. Okay, so the whole sentence is to say the distance is so far away and I still let you to run a trip to come here to the hospital. So the whole meaning is just to say I'm sorry for making you to come here despite that it is so far away. Okay, so let's see what George answers. George answers, sure thing, I brought some fruits to you. So George is being very polite. He says in Mandarin, 应该的，我给你买了点水果. Okay, so there's only one new word here, which is 水. 水 means water. Okay, and this is a pinyin 水. Okay, the radical is itself, so the arrangement is simple. Okay, so this is the only new word and it's pretty simple to write. Let me show you how. 一二 三四 Okay, 4 strokes for this word, 水. So to say 应该的, it means should. Okay, so in another words, it just means say sure thing, because you have learned 应该 as in should. Okay, this is what I should do, sure thing, 应该的. Okay, and 我给你 is like I for you. Okay, 给你 not only means give you, sometimes it means for you. Okay, 买了点儿 Okay, 买了 is bought. Okay, we have learned 买 as buy and 了 is to denote that the sentence is past tense, so 买了 means bought. Okay, as simple as that. 点儿 again means a bit, and 水果 means fruit. Okay, you have learned 苹果 as in apple. Okay, and as I said before, 果 it has the meaning of fruits. So to say 水果 is to mean fruits in general. Okay, so 点水果 means some fruit, a little bit of fruit. And then the fruits can mean like anything, like from pear, from apple, orange, and grapes, everything. Alright? And we usually being humble saying 点. Okay? Just to say, well, it's just a bit of fruits that I'm bringing to you. I'm not bringing a lot. Okay? I'm just being humble saying that. Okay? So 我给你买了点水果. Indirect translation, it's I, for you, bought a bit of fruits. Okay? And of course, in proper English, you would say, I bought some fruits for you. Okay? So let's see what's next. And of course, when you are receiving gifts, you want to say thank you. Okay? So what Helen said was, thank you for your gifts. In Mandarin, she said, 谢谢，让你破费了. Okay? So there's only one new word here, which is 破. 破 is the state of broken, or it can be used as in to break something. Okay? This is the pinyin 破, and the radical is this one. What's on the left there? The arrangement is horizontal because you have left and right components. Okay, so let's look at how to write 破. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 strokes for this word, 破. Okay, so let's look at the whole sentence. So 谢谢, again, thank you. 让你破费了 is like let you break your fees. Okay, so in another words, it means that I made you to spend so much. Okay, so it's similar to what I covered before. I let you to run so far away. And then this one is like I let you to spend too much. Okay, as you have learned before, 破 is to break, and then 费 is fee. So break fee is like spending too much. Okay, it is usually used as in being polite. Okay, you're acknowledging the other person have spent a lot on you, so I let you spend too much. Okay, and in another words, it's like I made you spend so much. Okay, I broke your budget, I broke whatever expenditure that you have done. Okay, so 让你破费了 it is to acknowledge that person has spent a lot, and you are saying thank you for making such great effort. Okay, so this is quite a good sentence for you to remember, because whenever you receive your gifts, you can always say 谢谢，让你破费了. Okay? It means thank you for your gifts. It can be used on clients or friends. Alright? So that's the end of the lesson. So you have learned all these words, the new names such as George and Helen, and then anything that is used as in dialogues in a hospital, like illness, being sick, breaking, spending a lot of money, trip, time around, okay, and some other very basic words like fruits and water. Okay, so these words, these 6 words are new, so only few of them, but you have already learned quite a number new usage like concern, okay, and how to be polite when you are speaking to someone. You want to be humble, okay, so that's how our manners like. All right, so hope you benefited a lot from this lesson, and I thank you for watching from the start to the end. And next up, we'll continue the dialogue because George has more questions to ask Helen. So we will talk about that in the next lesson. Okay, I will see you there. Thanks again for watching. 谢谢，再见。